I believe that a higher lateral quickness is affecting, like the mechanics in 2K20 with a higher lateral quickness affect how your player like maneuvers around the court. 2K20 didn't improve their mechanics to meet your high amount of lateral quickness. Please follow me on Twitter at AllCityLiveTV. We send out notifications for every single video upload and live stream. We talk about badges, builds, and everything related to NBA 2K. So come join us. Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know it's AllCityLiveTV, and thank you for tuning in. Today we're gonna be talking about lateral quickness in your defense. Are you guys feeling slow or sluggish out there? Do you feel like your player is unresponsive, especially on defense? We're going to talk about these attributes, the lateral quickness attribute in particular, and how that may be affecting your player's speed and how he moves out there, how responsive your player is on the court, especially on defense. Let me pull down this webcam so you can see the actual attributes of two very similar players. Now these players, they're both 6'5", they're both at the point guard position, and they both, as you can see in the physicals, have very similar physical attributes at 99 speed, 99 acceleration, and a 99 stamina. So why do these players move tremendously different? This is something that I wanted to bring up to you guys and pose the question. Do you guys feel lateral quickness affects how you move out there, and whether or not if a high lateral quickness can determine how you move out there? Because I feel that I play way better defense on my slashing playmaker. But as you guys can see from the two builds, my two-way slashing playmaker has a higher lateral quickness, but my two-way slashing playmaker wasn't nearly as responsive on defense and how he moves on the court as my slashing playmaker. So if you guys could share your feedback, I would definitely appreciate this. I'm gonna give you guys the feedback from my own experience playing extended periods of time on both builds. I'm gonna bring my webcam back up so we can talk about it, because I played, man, when I say extended periods of time, I got a tremendous amount of games invested in NBA 2K20, over 4,000. It's just a ton of experience, so you kind of can say I played against all sort of builds that may affect how you move out there. Some builds may have like better dribbling badges that may make you feel a little sluggish out there or unresponsive. So all of these things I take into consideration and say, well, despite all of the other factors as far as other player builds go, as far as my opponents go, how does my player move overall? And I gotta say, my slashing playmaker with a lower lateral quickness, and I'm talking about significantly lower, that's what, 9 points right there. My two-way slashing playmaker has an 87 lateral quickness, my slashing playmaker at a 78 lateral quickness. So that's almost a that's a 9-point difference, almost a 10-point difference right there. And it's like, why does my slashing playmaker move with he's just way more responsive. I go left, I go left. If I go right, I go right, and there's no swerve. So when you go to stop from going right and then try and transition into going left, there really isn't that sluggish animation that I would receive on my two-way slashing play. I believe that a higher lateral quickness is affecting, like the mechanics in 2K20 with a higher lateral quickness affect how your player like maneuvers around the court. It's undeniable, guys. If you guys are experiencing the same thing, let me know if you guys have a higher lateral quickness than 87 and you're experiencing that. Like if you got a two-way finisher out there, I'm not sure exactly how high their lateral quickness goes, but I imagine it's a bit higher than 87. I'm curious to see if your player is unresponsive, just as similar like my two-way slashing playmaker was unresponsive per se. And it's not to say you can't play defense at all, but what I mean to say is when a player just does a regular crossover and you feel like you go 2 steps over to the right and it's a struggle to get over to the left to kind of regain that control, then let me know if that's happening to you. I feel like my slashing playmaker does a lot of the hip riding as well with the clamps badge, because I had the ability to put my clamps badge up to Hall of Fame with my two-way slashing playmaker, and that seemed to affect my player as well. As a lot of you guys know and have experienced out there, when you put clamps too high, it seems like your player swerves even more if he doesn't get that hip ride. So on gold on my slashing playmaker, this is my second guard build that I brought out, and on gold my clamps badge seems to work highly effective, but my clamps badge on gold and Hall of Fame on my two-way slashing playmaker is not nearly as effective. I don't get nearly as many hip ride animations, which is why you want the clamps badge. Now we know from NBA 2K2, shout out to the homie 2K2s, we know from his videos and his tremendous work that clamps gives you, especially on guard builds, it gives you a significant difference in your lateral quickness. Now, I'm not sure if there's some sort of overkill when you have a high lateral quickness that clamps kind of affects your player and has a reverse effect from the hip ride and moving left to right and how responsive that is. But it seems that you can't put, well, I was unable to put clamps at a high level on my two-way slashing playmaker, but putting it on the highest level for gold on my slashing playmaker was best for me. I get the hip ride animations and I'm just moving way more responsive. So if you guys are out there and you're experiencing this swerve or this kind of sluggish, slow animation to move left to right or maneuver around the court, I would love to hear from you guys, but it may be due to the type of player that you guys have out there and whether or not your lateral quickness is too high, where 2K20 didn't improve their mechanics to meet your high amount of lateral quickness. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear from you. I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we're gonna have a ton of NBA 2K20 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video.